Now, moving forward, those of you that have been following our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister has always said,
fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world, I greet you according to your time zone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This video is very, very important, and I want you to listen very, very attentively as the Biafran Deputy Prime Minister make her case. If you all recall, the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic, Mazi Simone Ekpa, have said it, even in public, in many platforms. Check his last interview with Dr. Damages. He said it, that the Brigade cabinet must be dissolved immediately after the Finland convention. He said it publicly. He said the cabinet must be dissolved after the convention. And this is exactly what the chief of staff, Mrs. Ngozi Orabeze, did. So why is the finance minister causing problems? Why is this man causing problems? I don't understand what is problem with what people have as problems. Quest for power, man's insatiable quest for power. Someone who never ever in his life thought of becoming something or somebody. Then, as luck we have it, out of providence or maybe due to some tiny contributions he made, he was rewarded with such a noble position, and he now wants to use it to scatter the effort of Biafrans, to scatter all the prayers Biafrans have been praying. But one thing is certain, he's not going to go free. This man must have been bribed by the House of Fulani. You know how corrupt the Nigerian government is. They must have found a way to get this guy and bribe him, and that is why he's trying to scatter everything. All the hard work we have done, all the prayers, all the money we have contributed. In fact, our angels not even listen to him. Yes, the Biafran army will not listen to him. Our chief of staff never said that there won't be contribution for our angels. He only said, let there be a week break. What is wrong with that? So why is this man, the finance minister, why is he causing problems? Why is he causing problems and raising funds for his, maybe he wants to build hotels in Nigeria or what? We will say the end of it. And let me use this opportunity to warn him to desist from all these antics, all this stupidity, all the childish play he's trying to cause. He must desist from it. Okay? The rules and regulations are laid down for everyone to follow. In the absence of the prime minister, the deputy takes charge. So what is difficult for you? If you cannot obey the number one citizen, you leave. If you can't obey her, just quit. Nobody's begging you to join. After a struggle isn't meant for everyone. Everyone must not be partake. You can contribute maybe by means of bringing money to support or advice, but it doesn't mean that you must be a member or come and be causing confusion. We cannot going to accept it. We are not going to accept it. One man cannot be an obstacle. And what is stopping you guys from reaching Simone Ekpa? You can always visit him, seek his advice, seek his opinion, visit him in the detention and talk to him, hear from him. So don't give us any rubbish excuse that you want to feed boys on the ground. Who told you they're hungry? Are they hungry? Have they complained to anybody that they're hungry? What kind of nonsense is that? You, the finance minister, make sure you don't disturb the chief of staff any time from now. I'm giving you as a warning. Make sure you do not disturb her again. Let her do her duty diligently. God have appointed her to be in that position. So if you don't want to take orders because she's a woman or because you are jealous of her, you just quit the struggle. Follow Biafrans. Now listen to the rest of her statement and then judge for yourselves. That's my case.
upon the declaration of the United States of Biafra, the Brigade cabinet will be dissolved. I know he has said that publicly and privately. And that is exactly what I did. With the power vested in me and in nobody else. It is me that he vested that power because I know the reason why he requested for that to happen, which is not what I'm going to start explaining here. If somebody respects our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, and he gave that order, why should the person or the individual try to disobey that order? And they'll tell you that they are fighting for Biafra. They want to raise funds for Biafra. Is it the job of the finance department, headed by Sonny Akparawa, to be talking about raising money for the Biafra restoration? It's not his job. But for some reason, they all decided to do what they think they want to do. As we are speaking right now, the Prime Minister has always said, upon the declaration of the United States of Biafra, the Brigade Cabinet will be dissolved. I know he has said that publicly and privately. And that is exactly what I did. With the power vested in me and in nobody else, it is me that he vested that power, because I know the reason why he requested for that to happen, which is not what I'm going to start explaining here. If somebody respects our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, and he gave that order, why should the person or the individual try to disobey that order? And they'll tell you that they are fighting for Biafra. They want to raise funds for Biafra. Is it the job of the finance department, headed by Sonny Akparawa, to be talking about raising money for the Biafra restoration? It's not his job. But for some reason, they all decided to do what they think they want to do. As we are speaking right now, the finance minister now has sent out a WhatsApp, a Zoom meeting for the 40 state administrators in Homeland to meet with him tomorrow. But he refused to come to the meeting with the person that the Prime Minister have given the power. But he went, this is just to disorganize and disrupt. But you know what? Not in this struggle where I am. This case is dead on arrival, and they will fade if they want to. Like I said again, I don't know their issue. I'm not going to get into that. But we have a defense minister that is currently attending to some issues in defense. And that is the right thing to do. Because when PM was available, most things come to him. Most information come to him. But all of a sudden, because he's out, some people think they are the ones that is in charge of everything. I find it very sad that somebody will come to the air to tell the world that without him, the Finland Convention wouldn't have happened. And that is why it's very, very important for us to know how we can help the finances. We don't want nobody coming out to say that without him or her, the United States of Biafra will not be achieved. That's a slap on our face. That's a slap on the thousands of people that support our Prime Minister financially to get the United States of Biafra. So for Biafrans to have that bandage on their face every time, that without me or without anybody else or without the finance minister contribution, that there will be nothing like United States of Biafra. Nothing like that. All of us contribute in our own way. I'm not going to tell people what I contribute in this struggle. I'm not going to tell people what I've lost being in this position. That is not what I need to do, because Biafra is way, way bigger than what I do, what I lost, and what I put into the struggle. But under this leadership, that must stop. Nobody can come and say, without them, the United States of Biafra will not stand, or without the money they brought up here, which is money we pay back. People give money, and there are people that give thousands of dollars to the struggle. You don't even hear their name. And that was why we're trying to clarify some of, yes, we thank people who brought us money in time of need. But it's also important for us to know what was borrowed. What did you borrow us? How do we pay back? I think that's just basic accountability. It's not to stop anybody from doing what they do, but it's just the transparency. Because we are in a new administration. We are now a country. It's not everything that has to come to the open, but we know things that the cabinet needs to know. And there are things the cabinet do not need to know. And that is why the cabinet decided we are going to have a week break before we start our fundraising. And Sonia Ekpa and Ogenkere and Nigeria went to be telling Biafrans that Dr. Ngozi Oraveza have cancelled fundraising and are trying to connive and try to deceive those in homeland, our angels. But I'll tell them, please, do not get involved in this madness. Do not. Do not. The PM has gone through this part in the past and it didn't end well. The essence of the information department is to let Biafrans know what is going on. Keep us abreast of the informations. Not to use the information department to be spreading false information to the public and spreading lies and try to witch hunt somebody because you feel PM did not give you the power to run the struggle. PM knows all of us one by one. He knows what each individual can do before he gave that power. If you think PM knows that you can run this struggle, he would have made you the one in charge until he comes out. But the Prime Minister didn't do that. And as long as he didn't do that, you must bow by that instruction that the Prime Minister gives. That's the right thing to do. If you truly love the PM, as you say,